Bonjour, shalom, what's up? And welcome to another Geeks to Drink on Twitch. I'll be your host tonight. I'm Chaz Bass. It's good to see you all. Let me just pop out this chat really quick, and then we should be good to go. Pro FMDM, that one time that Discord was being Discord, being all in the background, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go down and I can't hear anything. It's like, why are you like this? Why? Anyway, you know what we do. We got 7 rounds of pub quiz for you tonight. Just finishing up a Canada Dry. That's what I'm drinking right now. But yeah, what's everyone? How's everyone doing? How did everyone spend their Star Wars Day? Their Revenge of the Fifth. Wait, is it Revenge? No, it's Revenge of the Sixth. What am I talking about? Uh, you know, how's everyone doing out there in the internet land? AJ locked the Joker cabinet and hid the key. Oh no. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Um, Gearing up to go to Portland in a couple of weeks, and then there's a huge pinball convention happening at the beginning of June. So yeah, it's going pretty good. Save up for Zero Company. Oh, okay. I might have to look into that. I need to actually get a new system so I can play Jedi Survivor. Like I wanted to play it for a while, or maybe if I get a Switch 2 and they release it on that, that'll be good. But anyway, I think I digress. So let's go in the chat and we can head on over to round number one. Hey, I see you. Let's go. All right, round number one is called You Are Not Forgotten. It's a nice, easy round on elephants. Because they never forget. Or do they? I don't know. I just know they have the second longest mammal gestation period. What's that? Oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Hold on a second. I'm just going to have to read it off of the screen while I get that set up. Okay, Quizzers of the World Unite. Well, we're just winging it today. Happy 207th birthday to Karl Marx. Each answer in this round only uses the letters in the word phrase communist, and you can totally use them more than once. Right? Yeah, no, I should have looked at the top of this thing. I just clicked the thing and then I just read it through. Like that's on me, y'all. That's on me. Anyway, moving over to question number one. According to an especially unhinged change.org petition, what yellow Despicable Me characters are actually a metaphor for communism? What's number one more time? According to an especially unhinged change.org petition, what yellow Despicable Me characters are actually a metaphor for communism? Yeah, no, I forgot this was a 5-5 today. Let's see, where are you? On the sink of the Drinko. I mean, you know what? This year has been me not remembering like special, like in between holidays. I'm just like, what? Like St. Patrick's Day. I was in Philadelphia for St. Patrick's Day, and I didn't do anything for St. Patrick's Day. I was just like, oh, I just like went to a skating rink with a friend and got a hoagie, and then we chilled at their place basically until they had to go to work. So it's like, so is the petition to ban Despicable Me? How does that even work? What? What? All right, let's move on over to question number two. Saying the Chaos Council represents the bourgeoisie, an equally unhinged Medium article says that what Blue Hedgehog's Prime show is also a communist metaphor. A lot of communist metaphors coming out here. I mean, there's one that's not like there's a game called Tonight We Riot on like the Switch. I think it's on like Steam and everything too, but that's like an unsubtle metaphor for like communism and taking down the man. Like so. All right, I think okay. I don't see it in this folder. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, cool. Yes, move on over to number 3. Marx spent much of his youth writing mediocre poetry, including one about our biggest satellite called The Man in the What? 1% tariff per yellow character. Oh no. This special Drinko de Mayo brought to you by Miller Coors. Oh yeah, because I live right next door to a supermarket, so at least the supermarket tells me when things are going up, and they had stuff out like a week ahead, or like buy one get one tortillas, right? They had chips, salsa, um, like pork butt, so you could like make carnitas and everything. I was just like, last year, like I cooked a lot of food, but I was like, this year, I was like, I don't know. I may go to Trader Joe's and get some tacos, and then make some shrimp tacos for myself. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's boogie on bounce over to question number 4 of this round. Made by Paperback Brewing Company, Communist Poodles from Connecticut is what type of dark beer that also includes Guinness and Old Rasputin? I was behind someone at Costco who was preparing for one heck of a taco party. I mean, that's the way. That's where to go, yo. Like I always like for me, Cinco de Drinko is an excuse to just like throw a party, make a whole bunch of food, just have people. Like it's usually warm enough for people to chill out on my balcony. I don't know, but there's a like actually there's quite a few Mexican restaurants near me, so I mean just pick up tacos from there. Maybe I'll get some burrito. Who knows? Who knows? Alrighty, folks. Let's move on over to question number 5. In 1861, Karl Marx publicly bashed the English for supporting slavery by purchasing what American grown t shirt fiber? Let's see. We picked up dinner tonight from a neighborhood Mexican restaurant, and it was the busiest I've ever seen. I'm thrilled. That place rules, and I feel like it's never busy when I'm in there. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's one place called Abuelitas that I had like a quesadilla from them when I was hanging out. I had this one bar near me that just closed down, sadly. And then I forget the name. Oh no, the other one does like really big like burritos, and they're known for that. So I can only imagine how busy they are right now. But maybe they're busy watching us and heading over to question number 6. The son of a Ukrainian anti-communist, 330-pound Taiho Koki was one of the all-time greats in what form of wrestling? Let's see. The breakfast place I like to go to is Tex-Mex Dinner Fusion. People are saying it was going to be busy for Cinco de Mayo, but it's always been busy when I got there. Okay, nice. You know what I do? One thing I miss about like when I went to Austin is like the breakfast tacos were out of sight. There was a food truck that would come around like every other week on Sundays that would kind of do like a facsimile to that I really liked, but I haven't seen them in a while. I wonder where they're at. Like they were great hangover meals. I was like, ugh. But anyway, I digress. You know it. You love it. It's the penultimate question of round number 1. It's question number 7. Marx's bestie Engels wrote about the mining proletariat, singling out British miners of what 3-letter can metal? Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, I don't know. Like, do I want to go out tonight? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, chat. Should I go out tonight? Yes or no? Can you meddle? Like, can I meddle? It depends on whose affairs you're talking about. Yes, I can meddle, but I usually stay out of it. Okay, 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 okay. All right, then that might be the thing to do. Well, while I ponder if I should go out after this, let's head on over to question number 8. Marx's apartment, a microcosm of why Marx doesn't work, and Marx's student has capitalist parents were early headlines from what satirical newspaper? The what? As Booga people doing pokers at home, should I go out? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty early in the evening for me, right? Like, but usually like I was doing pinball usually after this, but the season is over now, so I have free time after this. So I'm like, no, might go out and do a thing. Might be a person in the world instead of an introvert sitting on my couch catching up on reality TV and playing Lunar 2 Eternal Blue. Anyway, you know. Anyway, that does it for all the questions of round number 1. Except for the bonus question. All right, your bonus question is the following. Saying the little people you control are slaves to a system which they can never escape. The newspaper of an Australian Communist Party condemned the Green Diamond game franchise, the what? One more time, saying the little people you control are slaves to a system which they can never escape. The newspaper of the Australian Communist Party condemned the Green Diamond game franchise, the what? Let's go over your answers for round 1. Happy birthday, Marks. According to an especially unhinged change.org petition, the yellow Despicable Me characters that are a metaphor for communism are minions. Question number 2. Saying the Chaos Council represents the bourgeoisie is an equally unhinged Medium article that says that the Blue Hedgehog's Prime show is also a communist metaphor, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog. Or question number 3. Marx spent much of his youth writing mediocre poetry, according one about our biggest satellite called The Man in the Moon. Question number 4, made by Paperback Brewing Company, Communist Poodles from Connecticut is what type of dark beer that also includes Guinness and Old Rasputin? That would be a stout. Or question number 5, in 1861, Karl Marx publicly bashed the English for supporting slavery by purchasing American-grown cotton. For question number 6, the son of a Ukrainian anti-communist, 330-pound Taiho Koki was one of the all-time greats in sumo wrestling. For question number 7, Marx's bestie Ingalls wrote about the mining proletariat, singling out our British miners of 10. For question number 8, Marx's apartment, a microcosm of why Marx doesn't work, and Marx's student has capitalist parents, were early headlines from the satirical newspaper The Onion. Alrighty, that does it for all of your answers. So let's begin on bounce to the bonus question. Saying the little people you control are slaves to a system which they can never escape. The newspaper of the Australian Communist Party condemned the Green Diamond game franchise, The Sims. And now we're heading into round number 3, called Hopelessly Devoted to You. Since the latest one starts tomorrow, it's a multiple choice round on papal conclaves. I mean, I mean, they did the whole thing. They did the whole thing already. I mean, no, I think I can't remember if part two comes on another album or not. But anyway, I digress. Here is question number one of round number three. How many cardinals get the vote in the upcoming conclave? 15 or 135? Too soon to like, yo, no, that AI photo was diabolical work. Like, I was like, what? I was like, who is the bull? Like you, Boat 47. Is he a hitman now? Like, I mean, I know that's his number, but like, why? Why has to have the same number as the agent from Hitman? Anyway, like, I was like, what is Ball thinking? What is he thinking? He's the Dennis Rodman of the Oval Office. Facts. Facts. All right, moving on to question number two. Which Fiennes brothers starred in the 2024 film Conclave, Joseph or Rafe? Is he thinking? I don't know. Wait, what the? Scooby Snacks? Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, no, I forget what podcast I was listening to. I think it was John Bolton that was saying like he's basically um just reacting to things all the time. He's never being proactive, and I'm like that tracks. That makes sense. So who knows what's gonna happen? Anyway, we can figure that out while we go over question number three. The conclave is held in what fresco-covered building? St. Peter's Basilica or the Sistine Chapel? Yeah, I guess Revenge of the Fifth is, doing his damnness to get his revenge today. That's all I gotta say. But that's okay, Revenge of the Sixth. That's okay. We still here. Fresco covered tattoos for churches. Oh man, that is so true. All right, let's see if this next question number four, has tattoos for churches. Probably not. Which author blended a papal conclave in an antimatter bomb in Angels and Demons? Dan Brown or James Patterson? To risk spoiling a round three question, there's apparently a filming location star shared in the Phantom Menace and the Conclave. I keep seeing clips on Twitter today. Oh, interesting. That always reminds me when I lived in Vancouver and how their library was always used for so many different things. It was like, it was wild. But I don't know if it was used for anything in question number five. But and just like the U.S. Senate overriding a presidential veto, what fraction of the College of Cardinals has to approve the new pope? 2/3 or 3/4? And the Great Gabo, I don't think you're ruining anything for the rest of round number three after giving it a quick glance, so you're good. Unless unless the Phantom Menace filmed at the Vatican or something. Like what? That would be wild. Pope Judge. Y'all out of pocket. Not Pope Jar Jar Binks. No, fam. All right, let's boogie on bounce over to question number 6. In 1978, which pope died just 33 days after the conclave picked him? John Paul I or Pius the 12th? Somehow Pope Francis returned. Like, are we about to find like a bunch of teenagers that have to go on a MacGuffin quest because like the Pope passed away? Is that what's happening? Are they gonna go on a JRPG so they can defeat God at this point? I've been playing too much Lunar, honestly, because the church is corrupt in that game. It's like, want to heal at the statue? You gotta pay us money. It's like, what? Prayer should be free. Nah, capitalism. Like, what? But why though? I don't know. But cool question number 7, your penultimate question of round 3 coming up. After the vote, the new pope goes straight to what dramatically named place and to change his regalia? Room of Tears or Weeping Wardrobe? What? Pope John Paul Cybertron. Pope Prius the Silent. Oh my god. I love these. These sound like great. You know what? I'm gonna have to like steal one of these for like a team name when I go play Pope Quiz later this week. Pope Moxie Crownfire. Oh my gosh. All right, and finally, question number 8. There are 2 papal conclaves and a pope in a coma. And what HBO follow-up to the young pope? The good pope or the new pope? Popes say nope to dope. Then, you know, if the pope says nope to dope, then what exactly are they doing in this bonus question? Your bonus question is the following. White if they've made a choice, black if they haven't. The Cardinals signal the results of their votes by pumping what from a chimney? Your bonus question one more time. White if they made a choice, black if they haven't. The Cardinals signal the results of their vote by pumping what from a chimney? All right, looks like we got some answers. So let's get into, it looks like we got some answers to the bonus question. Now let's get some answers to round number 3, popelessly devoted to you. For question number 1, how many Cardinals get a vote in the upcoming conclave? That would be 135. And for your information, it's the most ever. So good for them. Hopefully they're being inclusive. Hopefully some women get the vote. Did they get the vote? I don't know. Moving on to question number 2, which Fiennes brothers starred in the 2024 film Conclave? That would be Rafe. For question number 3, the Conclave is held in what fresco-covered building? That would be the Sistine Chapel. Question number 4, which author blended a papal conclave and an antimatter bomb in Angels and Demons? That would be Dan Brown. For question number 5, just like the U.S. Senate overriding a presidential veto, the fraction of College of Cardinals needs to approve the new pope is 2/3. Technically 2/3 plus 1. For question number 6, in 1978, the pope that died 33 days after the conclave picked him was John Paul I. For question number 7, after the vote, the new pope gets to go straight to what dramatically named place to change his regalia? That would be the Room of Tears. It just feels like all millennials should just have a room like that in their house. But we don't. Anyway, moving on to question number 8. There are 2 papal conclaves and a pope in a coma. And what HBO follow-up to the young pope? That would be the new pope. And finally, your bonus question one more time. White if they made a choice, black if they haven't. The Cardinals signaled the results of their vote by pumping smoke from a chimney. crack the code. Every answer in this round contains a slang term for your butt. Yeah. I can't make any butt jokes because it might give away the answer. Anyway, so for question number one, Steven Spielberg had a grandfather named Fievel, hence the name of the little immigrant mouse in what 80s film? Oh, it's Ollie's 11th birthday. Congratulations, Ollie. Beer, 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 beer. Let's go. Best birthday present ever. Okay, probably not best birthday present ever, but I'm happy you won. Happy you won. Alrighty, folks. Moving on to question number two. Yar. Captain Bob and Crunchy the Parrot are mascots for what cheese puff brand that surprisingly is made with real cheese? I hope he if he likes tacos, I hope he got tacos for his 11th birthday. If not, or just got to eat what he wants, like all the cake in the world. It's your birthday, you gotta celebrate. Alrighty, moving on to question number three. Apparently bored with the whole straw into gold thing, what fairy tale imp traps Shrek inside an alternate reality in Shrek Forever After? I'm just reminded of that one show I think that came on ABC that basically just put all the fairy tales together, but then it basically became like Disney adjacent after a while. If you know what show I'm talking about, you'll know that this character was a main character on that show for a while. And it feels like he was up to the same shenanigans. So, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Alrighty, let's head into question number four of round four, Crack the Code. According to Britannica, it was 50 years after Marie Antoinette died before someone claimed she said what infamous four-word kiss-off phrase? Moving over to question number five. Question number five. We learned that MC Hammer lost all his money and that Weird Al was very nice and never did drugs on what VH1 docuseries that ran from 1997 to 2014? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh man, are they due for like a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series? I mean, I guess they did have that movie a couple of years ago, and I think they did create a series out of that movie. So what am I talking about? Yeah. Alrighty, moving on to question number six. Since Jimmy Stewart creeps on them without ever learning their real names, Miss Torso and Ms. Lonely Hearts are characters in what Hitchcock thriller? But oh man, oh this is a good round. I like this round. As always, question number seven, your penultimate question of round four. George Washington University and the World Bank are located in what schmancy DC neighborhood that's right by the Potomac, hence all the mist? And finally, question number 8. Since she's the only one who can survive on the surface, what SpongeBob character was a sideline reporter during Nickelodeon's telecast of Super Bowl 58? Let's go. Referring to a donkey, not a worn out pair of underpants, the biblical book of Job asks, who has loosened the bands of the wild what? All right, one more time, referring to a donkey, not a worn out pair of underpants, the biblical book of Job asks, who hath loosened the bands of the wild what? It looks like we got some answers coming through the pipeline. So how about we crack this code for round number 4? And of course, I would now get the title of the round. Ha 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 ha. Y'all clever. All right, question number 1, one more time. Steven Spielberg had a grandfather named Fievel, hence the name of the little immigrant mouse in An American Tail, which Spielberg executive produced the film. For question number 2, Yarg, Captain Bob, and Crunchy the Parrot are mascots for the Cheese Puff brand Pirates Booty. Question number 3, apparently bored with all the turning straw into gold thing, it was Rumpelstiltskin who traps Shrek inside an alternate reality. For question number 4, according to Britannica, it was 50 years after Marie Antoinette died before someone claimed she said, let them eat cake. She most likely never said it, though. Moving on to question number 7, the docuseries where we learned that MC Hammer lost all his money and Weird Al was really nice and did no drugs is Behind the Music. Or question number 6, since Jimmy Stewart creeps on them without ever learning their real names, Ms. Torso and Ms. Lonely Hearts are characters in the Hitchcock thriller Rear Window. And if you follow us on Facebook at Geeks Who Drink, that was the answer of the day. Question number 7, George Washington University and the World Bank are located in the schmancy DC neighborhood of Foggy Bottom. And finally, question number 8. She may live under the sea, but she's the only one who can survive on the surface. It was Sandy Cheeks, who was a sideline reporter for Nickelodeon's telecast of the Super Bowl. And now your bonus question once again. Referring to a donkey, not a worn out pair of underpants, the biblical book of Job asks, who has loosened the bands of the wild ass? Round number 5 is called A Good Day to Diorama. Name the movies or film franchises whose scenes our favorite crafty YouTubers are recreating. See you on the flip side, y'all.
Time for some dry brushing. This unites all the colors from before into something more realistic. Each section got the appropriate color brushed on. Pink actually makes a great highlight for purple. The interior here took a bit of time to get right. If we go back to that scene in the movie, you can see that the floor has slight shifts in the color of the tiles, from orange to red to pink. To replicate this, I did paint random tiles.
Cohesive, I added a cable made out of a hairband, which is a little trick I picked up from scratch bashing, and with that, the face is complete. We're almost there, just a little more junk pile left to go. Oh no. Okay, listen. I know we already built 100 redundant houses, but great news!
There's more!
But these ones are the most interesting ones.
Luckily, Whiplash's wires are all visible, so I just wrapped the wires around the figure to get power to the whips as well as create his outfit. I was considering ways to light up the cut lines, but because the pieces of the car are still so close together in the moment being pictured, I figured it was better to just paint them instead. They are close enough to the light source.
And I baked it like that, and then I thought it would be easy to kind of shave away his side so that I could stick him flat against the door, but it turned out to be much harder than I thought. So I ended up sawing off part of his body so that he could be squished flat against the doorway.
Managed to find a handful of leaves that weren't still buried in snow and used a Green Theft World punch to make a whole load of teeny tiny leaves that I could sprinkle over some spray adhesive to make things look legit. While all of this had been going on, I also painted out Ash's car. With the car in place, I suppose this thing could be called done, but I felt it would be better with a little
just because of the scale and, gravity, I decided to have the front of the house be the attach point to the cliff and not have the whole thing off. On either side of the door, there are also dead tree things. The dollar store reindeer moss coming in to save us again. It had a very...
Before texturing it to make it kinda look at least a little bit woody. I'll then add a little brown tip to the top and square that off as well. Then it's ready to be handed off to Jack Block so I can finally make his fists. I'll press the handle of the pickaxe into the soft, malleable, fingerless blob of Jack's hand, then start making the details on top. I want to keep the hand as blocky as the rest of the body, but I still need to make some...
Time for some dry brushing. This unites all the colors from before into something more realistic. Each section got the appropriate color brushed on. Pink actually makes a great highlight for purple. The interior here...
We're almost there, just a little more junk pile left to go. Oh no. Okay, listen. I know we already built 100 redundant houses, but great news! There's more!
Luckily, Whiplash's wires are all visible, so I just wrapped the wires around the figure to get power to the whips as well as create his outfit. I was considering ways to light up the cut lines, but because the piece...
I could stick him flat against the door, but it turned out to be much harder than I thought. So I ended up sawing off part of his body so that he could be squished flat against the doorway.
leaves that I could sprinkle over some spray adhesive to make things look legit. While all of this had been going on, I also painted out Ash's car. With the car in place, I suppose this thing could be called done, but I felt it would
just because of the scale and, gravity, I decided to have the front of the house be the attach point to the cliff and not have the whole thing off.
As well, then it's ready to be handed off to Jack Block so I can finally make his fists. I'll press the handle of the pickaxe into the soft, malleable, fingerless blob of Jack's hand.
All right, we're back with your answers to round 5. A good day to diorama. For question number 1, the movie that was being crafted by Gnarl Makes, that's Tangled. Number 2, that was Odd Little Shop with Beetlejuice. Question number 3, that is Studson Studio with Howl Moving Castle. For question number 4, that is Boyle Hobby Time with Iron Man, specifically Iron Man 2. Question number 5, that's Miss Mini Life with Monsters Inc. For number 6, that is Black Magic Craft with The Evil Dead. For question number 7, that is Mechanical Fiend with Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. And number 8, that's North of the Border with a Minecraft movie. All right, before we head into round 6, remember we do have our daily trivia game, Thrice Go to thricegame.com and play every day for new questions. For round number 6, your time to shine, Zanesville. It's a speed round. You'll get 4 minutes to name the most populous U.S. cities that start with 16 specific letters. You have until the end of the time limit to submit your answers for those questions, plus the bonus question you'll see on your screen. So, for this, just put exclamation point the answer like you would before once you know the answer to the bonus question. Otherwise, I mean, oh, the bonus way after video. My bad, y'all. Okay. Your 4 minutes starts now. And that's time. All right, here is your bonus question. You know the deal. So let's get right into it. Actually, not the most populous Z city. Zanesville, Ohio is about an hour's drive east of what second most populous C city? One more time. Actually, not the most populous Z city. Zanesville, Ohio is about an hour's drive east of what second most populous C city? All right, let's get into your answers for round number 6. So for number 1, or I should just say, well, what's the most populous city that starts with A? That would be Austin, Texas. How about B? That would be Boston, Massachusetts. For C, Chicago, Illinois. For D, Dallas, Texas. For E, El Paso, Texas. F, Fort Worth, Texas. All right, Texas, you big overachiever. For G, that is Greensboro, North Carolina. For H, that would be Houston, Texas. For I, that would be Indianapolis, Indiana. For J, that would be Jacksonville, Florida. For K, that would be Kansas City, Missouri. For L, that would be Los Angeles. For N, that would be New York City. For O, that would be Oklahoma. For R, that would be O'Reilly, North Carolina. And for W, that would be Washington, D.C. Alrighty, that does it for your answers for round number 6. Back to your bonus question. One more time. Actually, not the most populous Z city. Zanesville, Ohio is about an hour's drive east of what second most populous C city? That would be Columbus. And for your information, Zionville, Indiana is the biggest Z town.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Alrighty, it's the final round of random knowledge. A good rule of thumb to follow are that odd number questions will be worth 1 point and even number question will be worth 2 through 4 points. So, question number 1 worth 1 point. Desperate to drum up sales in 2012, the Just Born company announced that the namesakes of what pill-shaped candies were breaking up over creative differences. Scandalous. I mean, it does, but one doesn't go without the other in this case. And if you know, you know. Yeah, I remember, like there was a thing when I was working at a game company, and then I'm not giving you the answer for this, but I mean, you might get a hint from this. There was like this junior mint scandal that became like a running joke throughout the office, like even years later, because apparently someone like bought junior mints before, because we used to have like big company meetings at this theater that was close to the office, and then somebody's like, what happened to the junior mints? What's up with the junior mints? We took my junior mints, like, so you know. But anyway, I digress. Moving on to question number 2, worth 2 points. If a baboon has a big, swollen red butt, is it male or female? And for your second point, if an anglerfish has one of those trademark glowing lures on his head, is it male or female? And we're not. What is Rel Paso? Like, I don't even know what Rel Paso. Oh. Do you mean El Paso? I mean, like, The only other O'Reilly El Paso. Like the only other like E city I can name off the top of my head that has some level of population is Erie, PA, or Indianapolis. Oh, I didn't realize that the answer slide had El Paso twice. Oh, okay, okay. But I did mention it though, so if you put that down for R, you were correct. Alrighty, folks, moving on to cool question number 3. What MLB team used this very good logo in the 60s and 70s? Just a couple of bros shaking hands, enjoying America's pastime. Real Paso. Make a note, reset the D's without an error counter, Chaz. You know? You know what? I'm running on fumes today, so it'll be like that sometimes. Okay, it just be like that. You know, technical difficulty to be happening. You know, we do our best. I mean, the Great Gab, if you don't get this one right, I don't know. What are we gonna do? The world's gonna crumble. Maybe the Age of Magic will return. Who knows? Anyway, moving on to cool question number 4, worth 3 points. Outside of the MCU, Idris Elba's 3 highest grossing movies had him voicing a sea lion, a tiger, and a water buffalo, respectively. Name those films. What the fuck is going on with STP's right foot? Like, I don't know. Like, when I see STP, I think of like a bike thing. I don't know what STP means in this particular instance. Alrighty, moving on to question number 5. Because colonialism, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo, is the city with the most speakers of what language? Actually, one of the YouTube short creators that I watch, Etymology Nerd, actually goes over this because apparently the colonizers are getting new language lessons from the colonizees because apparently in the mother country they're very strict about this. So if you know what I'm talking about, that's your hint. Oh, STP is one of the baseball oh yeah, no, yeah, you know, you're right. All right, for question number 6, I promise none of these are dirty, but for 3 points, you'll get a set of initials for a famous painting and its artist. You put down the full title. The P of M by SD. Your next one, WCing the D by EL. And finally, the G of ED by HB. W wants to see the D. Oh, I forgot that STP is automotive stuff as well too. Like, there's so many acronyms for things these days. I just don't understand how people can communicate effectively through acronyms alone. Says the person who just read you a bunch of initials so you can figure something out, notwithstanding. Oh, Stone Temple Pilots, yes, that's right. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Anywho, let's boogie on bounds over to your final penultimate question on tonight's quiz. Question number 7. A book of puzzles designed to resemble a 45-room mansion inspired by what colorfully named new video game that really upped the ante by adding a 46th room? Oh, TS Master, how is it? Yeah, I've heard about that like new tactical RPG people keep talking about, but I don't think I have a system that can play it. Yeah, I think it's about time that I mean, didn't Sony just raise the prices on their consoles? Like, the fuck? Anyway. I don't even. Okay, anyway. Now, I just became slightly sad. So, we're just going to move on over to question number 8, your final regular question on tonight's quiz, worth 4 talkative points. The giant searchlight that summons Batman is called the Bat what? P.O. Box 350 Boston was the mailing address for what old PBS Kids show? For your third point, the golden fruit that started the Trojan War was known as the apple of what? And in physics, what 5-letter term means a rope under zero tension? Oh, it was Microsoft. Oh, it was Microsoft. Okay, I was wrong. Microsoft. The fuck? Anyway, I guess I'm getting a PS5 now. Like, y'all settled that. Like I've never. This is the first time I've ever heard of a game system in all my years of gaming go up in price like this far into its release cycle. But here we are. Alrighty, that does it for all your regular questions, but you got one more bonus question coming at you right now. Literally, the little month, why Misbach is the cute Welsh name for what month? Your bonus one more time, literally, the little month, why Misbach is the cute Welsh name for what month? yes, we are yet again living through unprecedented times. You know what? Can I live through precedented times? Like where can a brother get a precedented time? I don't want to live in unprecedented times. I just want to live in a precedented time. I don't even know what that means. I'm just borrowing from Robin on Young Justice when he says like, why is everybody overwhelmed? Can people just be whelmed? Which apparently means the same thing as overwhelmed. I digress. Let's go over your answers for your final round, random knowledge. All right, question number 1. Desperate to drum up sales in 2012, the Just Born Company announced that the namesake Mike and Ike were breaking up over creative differences. I think they're back together now. For question number 2 for 2 points, if a baboon has a big swollen red butt, is it male or female? It's female. And if an anglerfish has one of those trademark glowing lures on his head, is it male or female? It's also female. A male anglerfish are tiny and basically live as parasites on the females. So there you go. For question number 3. What MLB team used this very good logo in the 60s and the 70s? That would be the Minnesota Twins. For question number 4 for 3 points, outside of the MCU, Idris Elba's 3 highest grossing movies had him voicing a sea lion in Finding Dory, a tiger in The Jungle Book, and a water buffalo in Zootopia. For question number 5, because colonialism, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo, is the city with the most speakers of all Francais or French. For question number 6 for 3 points, I give you the initials for a famous painting and his artist. You put down the full title. The P of M by SD is The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. The W seeing the D, that is Washington Crossing the Delaware by Emmanuel Lutz. The G of ED by HB is The Garden of Earthly Delights by Harmonious Bosch. For question number 7, a book of puzzles designed to resemble a 45-room mansion inspired the colorfully named new video game Blueprints. And finally, question number 8 for 4 talkative points. The giant searchlight that summons Batman is called the Bat Signal. The P.O. Box 350 Boston was the mailing address for the PBS Kids show Zoom. The golden fruit that started the Trojan War was the apple of discord. And in physics, the 5-letter term that means a rope under zero tension is Slack. And those are all messaging services. You didn't know? All right. And now, finally, our bonus question. Literally, the little month. Why Misbach is a cute Welsh name for the month of February. Not Caliban. I don't even know what Caliban is. Now, I remember one time there was a question on quiz where the answer was Tu Wong Fu, but there's a movie like Tu Wong Fu, but it was released either like a year earlier or a year later. They're like, it's the same movie. I'm like, but we gave you the year, and that one only came out in that year. That's why it can't be the answer. Like, it feels like that. All right, let's see. Let's see what all the scores are. We got 62 from Sohos. We got 64.5. How do you get? We don't give out half points. What? Like, I don't care what nobody says. Half points in pub quiz are diabolical and despicable. Argue your mama, right? Just give them a whole point. Kiss that joint. Like, nah. All right, tell it to your score. We don't give half points. We don't give half points. You got 65 points. You got 65 points. Tell me your Quizmaster said so. Because half points are diabolical and despicable. Peace.